So in Buddhism, they talk about the three forces that turn the wheel of suffering. Okay. So if you can imagine your life as like an unconscious wheel of suffering, where like you're always chasing after something else to like make you happy. It's always more money or more love or a validation from others or more acceptance. You're chasing after something else, a nicer house, a better country or a better schedule, whatever it is. You're chasing something else, right? And then there's this vague sense of dissatisfaction, like, okay, well, I need to like get my business running and so that I can, get that thing that I want in the future, or I need to go to the gym and work out so that other people approve of me, or I need to, read more books so that I'm smarter, so that I can somehow achieve something, right? So something needs to be achieved. So in Buddhism, they say the force that turns that wheel of chasing is, first of all, ignorance, which is actually shortened to ignorance, ignoring. There's something that you are ignoring that is here. And it doesn't even have to be a concept. Usually it's not a concept. Usually it's just a feeling. Something is being ignored. So meditation already is the antidote to that, because meditation is sitting and being with not ignoring. That's a great way to describe meditation, is not ignoring what's happening, paying attention. Maybe you're not breathing. Then out of this ignoring, usually there's a wanting. So there's this general sense that the present moment is not satisfying, just the way it is. The boredom of just sitting in the room. And there's nothing that's going to be achieved. There's just the room. It's there's four corners. There's a wall there. We're not going to get anything from it. So watching what arises, you might notice, yeah, but we have to do something. And then there's this energy of like, but something has to be done. Like, okay, but what about my business? And then all of a sudden you're planning tomorrow, and then you're thinking, okay, after I'm done sitting here, then I'm gonna go do this, and then I'm gonna go do this, and then I'm gonna do this. So the root of that is thinking that it's like wanting something else. Like you said, like wanting a different flavor. That's a very good way to describe it. That sense of wanting a different flavor, that's something that, just pay attention to that. Pay close attention to that. Sit with it. Sit with it. Don't try to get rid of that. It's an uncomfortable sensation. I get it. It's uncomfortable. So we try to get rid of it by either suppressing it, ignoring it, or like expressing it and actually going to get the different flavor. The reason why you actually go and search for the different flavor is because you want to get rid of that feeling of wanting it, because that's an uncomfortable feeling. The craving itself is uncomfortable in itself. So you try to disperse it by satisfying it, by acting on it, right? So like sexual craving, I'm so horny and it's so uncomfortable that like I'm gonna get it out somehow. I'm gonna go have sex, or I'm gonna go do something about it. Or yeah, so anger, right? This anger is so uncomfortable to be with that I'm gonna yell and get it out and scream because I want it to go away. Basically, I want this feeling to go away. So doing your best to just really pay attention. And then the third thing, these are all one: the ignorance, the wanting, and then the last one is aggression. This is something I want you to pay attention to as well. When you want something very strongly and you got to have it, you got to have it. It's very important that you get this thing. Then you become forceful. And you become forceful is a good word. You become forceful with yourself. You become forceful with others. Um, you can even be passive aggressive or whatever it is, but when you really want something, you aggression is there. So this is when you have those experiences when you're having screaming matches with your family or with your loved ones, or you're hitting someone, or you're having a terrible fight. This is you experiencing the fruit of ignorance and desire. So that's an obvious example, but I want you to watch throughout the day when you're actually being forceful with yourself. And you can, this is why meditation is so important, because meditation is the sitting and the being gentle with yourself. So meditation is the opposite of being forceful with yourself. It's being gentle with yourself, not forcing. You're just kind of sitting and letting things kind of play out. So I want you to contemplate and just pay attention for signs of aggression within you. They sometimes feel like impatience. They feel like anger, wanting to yell at someone, or get angry, blow up about something. These are not bad things. We don't need to say these things are bad. We don't need to, cry about them and push them away. We don't need to be aggressive about our aggression. We don't need to desire to be in a state of non-aggression so that we force ourselves to not be aggressive. So you see how there's like a meta trap there, where like you want to get rid of the aggression, so you like force it to go away, and that's not going to work. So you can't force your forcefulness away. All you can do is be aware of it. So one way to frame spirituality is as a process of purification through awareness.